Hundreds of Kansas Cityans are calling for justice for 17-year-old Trayvon Martin.
It was pretty amazing to see if you drove by it. A rally was held this evening for the Florida teenager who was unarmed when he was shot and killed a month ago today. Sayed Shabir is live at the Plaza with the message of tonight's rally.
Well, Mark, Krista, this entire park near the J.C. Nichols fountain was completely packed shoulder to shoulder this evening with nearly 1,000 people in attendance. They are trying to raise awareness about Trayvon Martin's case, saying he was killed because of racial profiling. They want to prevent what happened in Florida from happening here. To a crowd of hundreds.
Look at the turnout. The turnout is wonderful.
Speaker after speaker.
This is not about politics, but it's about creating an energy of change.
Rallied a massive audience to join together to fight racial profiling.
If we continue to do this in the future, we may avoid future tragedies.
In the crowd was Cheryl Ward, who says her 22-year-old grandson looks just like Trayvon. She says he knows what it's like to be targeted just for being black.
Here was a young black man driving alone. They searched his car. It took almost an hour. They were so sure they were going to find something.
Ward says she's not much of a protester.
I've never held a sign in my life.
But she couldn't let the opportunity pass to speak out on behalf of her grandson.
It may take grandmothers to stand up and say, this has got to stop.
Gerald Sparkman brought his wife and 3 kids to the rally because he doesn't want what happened to Trayvon to happen to someone in his family.
It saddens my heart. You know, it doesn't matter what race or what color. It's just that, you know, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Organizers hope the event inspires people to educate themselves because they feel that's the only way to create real change. Yeah, the organizers really stress that tonight's event is really just the beginning of this long process. They really want to try and reach out to the community, build education, and try and limit racial profiling here in Kansas City. Live on the Plaza, Sayed Shabir, 41 Action News.
And not everyone agrees with tonight's rally, saying Zimmerman shot Trayvon in self-defense. Daryl Stagner of Overland Park says a lot of people are overlooking some of the facts of the case. Right. He says what happened is a tragedy, but he's not calling it a hate crime or racial profiling. He says the details he's read show that Zimmerman acted in self-defense.
He saw Zimmerman on the ground on his back being beaten by Trayvon Martin. The witness went into his house to call 911, and when he looked back out the window at that point, he saw Martin on the ground and apparently dead.
Stagner says he hopes more definitive information is released after the grand jury hears the case April 10th.